Now last week I ended with a NASA booster. I have a little stronger Apollo booster this week. So this week we'll try to start our week 2 with an Apollo booster. A little more power. 1098-765-432. Astronomy. Woo! I like it. That was awesome. Welcome to week 2 of Introduction to Astronomy. I invite you to go to week 2 on your Moodle course, and as usual, I'd like you to go over the overview carefully. I'll just quickly skim through it now, and then I'm going to go through it line by line with you on the computer screen. I'm going to start with a history slide presentation. There's a good number of slides, about 80, but it's the most complete slide presentation of the history of astronomy I've ever seen. And it's so interesting. If you wondered about Stonehenge or some of the mysteries in the world, they have very likely to do with astronomy or people's beliefs in the sky and heavens in some way. Then I'm going to ask you to look at a small video of Indian history, and you'll like it as well. And you can use both of those for your assessment for activity 1 in week 2. Your assessment will be to make a table and first write out your notes in your journal, and then from that make a table. Pick a constellation, for instance the Big Dipper, tell some of the history of it or Indian legends, whatever you want to, and then tell some of the science of it and some facts we know about the Big Dipper. It's part of another constellation called Ursa Major. And then just a thumbnail sketch is just a little sketch that fits right in your table, and you'll have 3 columns this week. And you'll just keep on learning the sky as you do these things. Then I'm going to ask you to find Orion. The next step in astronomy is to become proficient in looking for some of these easy constellations. The little video for Orion is about 1 minute long, so it'll be gone before you know it. You look for that belt of 3 strong stars that you'll find Orion in the film. There's a good site on week 2 of Tonight's Sky. You can go to it and you can see what's in tonight's sky. You can walk out tonight and just look up and see it. You need to learn to watch the weather. If it says partly cloudy or just a few clouds, the stars will be visible. On a clear night when there's no clouds are the best nights. If the moon's too bright to see the stars, no problem. Just watch the moon. It's magnificent. Most of the things I'll do can be done with your naked eye, but a pair of binoculars or a small telescope are incredible. For assessment 2, there'll be a quiz. Just do your best, turn it in. And for all the quizzes in this course, if you don't like how you did, turn it in again. Take it as many times as you like. And of course, you'll have to figure out what's right and wrong, go back to the material and the content, and all the answers are there. The extra credit challenge for this week is a trip to a place called Second Life. And it's a virtual world where you select a little avatar, a cartoon character, and make yourself, and then you go into this world and you can talk to other people. You have a voice, you fly around, and I sent you a list of the best sites in Second Life for astronomy. And I just invite you to go visit some of them. And then I also invite you, perhaps, some of you in the class and myself can go there. We can just have a field trip and walk around together and see some of these sites. Week 2 is going to be incredible. I can't wait. Now let's look into the details of this week.
Well, hello, and welcome to week 2. I hope last week went well with you, and you did everything you were to do. If you have any problems, of course, call me. We should have finished week 1. Let's tonight look at week 2. We'll start with the overview. And there is everything you need to do. Make sure you've gone through it all before you finish week 2. Let's push the back button. And I'll start with a history slideshow because this week we're going to look at history and we're going to take a quiz. And this history slideshow is the highlight. I highly suggest you maximize it and make it nice and big. And what I want you to do is simply to start going through this. And it's got tons of notes. Your job, and read what you have to do, but is to pick one or several pages and record your thoughts and notes into your journal. And we'll use that We go through here, I can go pretty quickly. Roots of astronomy, ancient astronomy, solstices, Stonehenge, and the history. The notes are actually very nice. Bighorn Medicine Wheel in Wyoming. Astronomy is so neat, and the history of it is so varied. Tomb in Ireland, based on star patterns. Look at this. Look at this. Maya culture, 1000 AD. We go to classical Babylon, and we see the zodiac. Let's go back to that, by the way. And that's interesting. Maybe this would be a good slide to camp on. Your call. There's 80 or so slides. I want you to go through the whole thing. I want you just to go through as slowly as you can. Enjoy it. We'll go from there. Let's minimize this. You can do several different slides if you like, and you can use this on your assessment. Let's go back. Down to the video, Constellations and Indian Legends. Again, this is just for you to gain some content. I'm going to push play. I like to make all the films big.
Constellation Stories. Hello and welcome. I'm
And
Jane
these are
Houston
stories
Jones of NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California.
Of constellations. Let's go back. I want you to watch it. You may use it for your assessment. It's just an interesting film. Your assessment is to make a table and list 7 to 10 constellations. I'd love 10, but I'll take 7. And list something historical or mythological in one column, and then list something scientific in another, and that should go into your journal. I want you to transfer that then into a page, a digital page that you can send me by email. It says construct a table for 7 to 10 in your journal list, adding a third column for a small thumbnail sketch of that constellation. And use paint or hand draw and scan. There's many ways. There's tablets to write your constellations on. And I'm going to do a few with you right now. Back in week 1, the current night sky was an excellent star chart. And you need to know it. I'm just going to use that tonight. So I have this. Now if I push Alt-Tab, I can change where I'm at. Here's a table I've constructed. Here's paint. And what I want you to do is find a constellation. And I'm going to make some constellations on paint right now. So let me go down here to paint. I'm going to Alt-Tab, and I'll just keep on getting to there we go. So I'm going from paint to this one. Alt-Tab, Alt-Tab, I'm ready to go. Vega's the star, Lyra is the constellation. I'm going to do Lyra, the harp. I'm going to begin by just going to a brush. I'm going to make it as big as I can, and I'm going to just make that beautiful. I'll even make it a little bigger than the dot. So there's Vega. Now I'm looking at this here. I see a little parallelogram. So it's got, look at that there. It's got a dot there and there. Then it's got a dot there and there. And then I'll just make this as small as I can and just draw little lines. I'm just going to connect it. Not important to be exact. The lines don't exist in the sky. They're just to kind of give us patterns to help us remember. And there we go. I have Lyra the Harp done. Let me select it up here. I'm going to just kind of go above it and just make a little thing here. Now you can go up here and cut, but some neat keys are Control X, and that just cuts that right out of there. Now I'm going to go down to my table, and I'm going to go over here and go in my third column. I'm going to add Control V. I'll make it a little smaller for my chart as it's growing here. And I'm going to go over here and write Lyra. It's Lyra the Harp. And then I'll find some history and I'll find some science. Now, how did I make this table? Well, I went up here to Insert. I press Table and Insert Table, and I figure out what I need. So I'm going to need 4 columns, my title and the 3 things I've asked for. So I'll go to 4 there. And then rows are these things going down. I said 7 to 10, so I'll make 11 so that I have something for a title. And I'll push OK. And there it is. It's easy, but it's really going to help you learn. And exit Paint. And back to my program. of week 2. The weekly star show. Construct, label, and store several constellations in your journal from the September sky and look for some new ones, or just add to the list you have. You're going to have a collection of constellations, and I want you to add some more from this film. Easy. Star rotation. This is about a 1-minute film. I want you to play it and find Orion. There he is right there, the 3-star belt and the sword. Well, when you push play, he won't be there. And you just see the rotation of the night sky, some falling stars. Pretty neat. And there's a falling, and at some point, Orion goes by. Practice for the quiz below. Here's the star chart I used up above. I put it back in here because it's great to study from. And then when you get done studying, and you can come back to this during the quiz, there's a quiz. And the quiz concerns mainly the things we've been trying to learn, constellations, some true false, Ursa Major, Ursa Minor, and I want you to take it, push submit, and if you want to try it again, if you think you can do better, go back and forth, do the best you can do, and I'll count your highest score. The extra credit challenge, I'm very excited about. There's something called Second Life. It's a virtual world. You make an avatar, a little cartoon person of yourself. You can fly around. You can literally talk to other people. They can talk back to you. And you can go to some really neat places. The space and astronomy sites are just wonderful. And I'm inviting you for some bonus this week, week 2, to find one of these and visit one of these sites and send me a small explanation and a screen capture of where you went. So that's it for week 2. Enjoy yourself. Email me if you need help, and keep looking up.